Once upon a time, Sultan ventured into the forest with his army and companions for a hunting expedition. They established a camp near a verdant hill surrounded by trees and erected the Sultan's tent. Servants and cooks were busy preparing lunch in the woodland beside the royal tent, while soldiers stood guard on the roads. Following the Sultan's orders, royal hunters fanned out in all directions for the hunt. Meanwhile, the Sultan, astride his horse, explored the forest in pursuit of game and inadvertently rode ahead, distancing himself from his companions. As the Sultan emerged from behind a hill, he encountered an elderly man whose task involved gathering thorns and small firewood from the forest. The old man, accompanied by a donkey, had faced a mishap that day as his load of firewood had tumbled to the ground. Despite his earnest efforts, he couldn't manage to reload the firewood onto his donkey. Faced with a predicament, the old man was helpless in his work. Approaching the scene, the Sultan offered,
"Dear old man, would you like me to assist you?"
Unaware of the young Sultan's identity, the old man responded,
"What better deed could there be? I would be grateful if you could lend a hand in this matter. You seem to be a kind-hearted young man, and it's not surprising that you engage in acts of kindness."
The Sultan dismounted from his horse and, while assisting the old man in reloading the firewood, inquired,
"Do you work alone in the forest?"
"Yes, I have no one to accompany me,"
replied the old man. Curious, Sultan questioned further,
"Then how were you able to load this heavy burden onto the donkey before, but now you can't?"
The old man explained,
"This is my daily routine. I collect thorn bushes and firewood on a hill, load them, and then dig a small hole at the foot of the hill. I place the donkey in that hole and gradually load the burden onto its back. However, this time, the load fell off the donkey, and I couldn't manage on the flat ground."
Sultan acknowledged, saying,
Indeed, everything seems the same at first, but unexpected events can occur.
The old man, ready to share his perspective, added,
"All events are predestined. We might not understand the calculations, but the one who needs to knows. Perhaps this time, the firewood fell here so that your act of helping an old man would bring you rewards. Assisting the helpless is truly gratifying."
Very well said.
Sultan agreed.
You are a wise old man.
With Sultan's assistance, they successfully loaded the firewood onto the donkey, and the old man expressed his gratitude, saying,
"I was very tired. If you had not arrived, it would have been very difficult to carry my load. Young man, go, may God bring you happiness."
Impressed by the old man's words and eloquence, Sultan desired to exhibit his generosity and offer the old man some respect. He instructed to his soldiers,
Go and block the roads from all sides, so the old man will have to pass in front of our camp.
Following the order, soldiers positioned themselves on the roads. When the old man approached one of them, the soldier informed,
"You can't leave here, the road is closed, and passage is forbidden. Find another way."
Silently complying, the old man sought an alternative route. However, he encountered similar hindrances on one or two other roads. Growing frustrated, he wondered,
"What's happening today? All the roads are closed, so where should I go?"
The last soldier then directed him to the Sultan's royal tent, saying,
"Only that way is free. If you're headed to the city, go through there, perhaps you'll reach your destination sooner."
The elderly man guided his donkey in that direction, and as he proceeded, he noticed people ahead, suggesting some event or news. However, since no one seemed occupied, he continued on his way, which happened to pass in front of the Sultan's tent. Approaching the tent, he glimpsed the Sultan's presence and felt a sense of fear. Nevertheless, with no alternative route available, he pressed on. As he neared the tent, he recognized the Sultan seated on a stool beneath an umbrella. The realization dawned upon him that the person who had assisted him in loading the firewood was none other than the Sultan himself. Internally scolding himself, the old man felt embarrassed and ashamed. Upon reaching the Sultan, he saluted, unable to meet the Sultan's gaze due to his shame. Responding to the greeting, the Sultan inquired,
"What brings you to this forest, old man?"
Please don't embarrass me any further.
Pleaded the old man.
You know my situation. I am a poor old man, and my livelihood revolves around collecting firewood and thorn bushes in the forest. I load them, go to the city, sell them, and sustain myself.
The Sultan questioned.
"Why don't you sell the firewood here?"
The old man explained.
I do sell, but there are no customers here.
Sultan proposed.
"If you're a genuine seller, I will purchase the firewood this time."
The old man hesitated.
I know you have no need for firewood in this royal tent. You can have anything you desire here. However, if you insist, I can offer you firewood.
Sultan insisted.
"I've decided to buy. State the price, take the money, and go."
With a mischievous grin, the old man declared.
Very well, the price for this thorn bush is 1,000 gold coins.
One of the soldiers present responded to the old man.
1,000 gold coins. That's too expensive. Are thorn bushes so rare and precious in this forest? A thorn bush is usually considered to have no price or value.
The old man explained.
No, thorn bushes are not rare and expensive in this forest, but their value becomes extraordinary because of the presence of the Sultan.
Delighted by this response, the Sultan exclaimed,
"Well, if that's the case, I will purchase this thorn bush for 2,000 gold coins."
The Sultan's servants handed over the coins to the old man, who intended to leave. However, the Sultan extended an invitation for an elaborate and royal lunch. After the meal, as the old man prepared to bid farewell, the minister remarked,
Now that this incident is concluded, and you've earned 2,000 gold coins, your skillful words enabled you to sell a thorn bush for a high price in a forest full of them. It's just firewood.
The old man humbly replied,
No, 2,000 coins is not much. It's unfortunate that I was in need and sold it cheap. Otherwise, this thorn bush is unlike any other. I've been collecting firewood and thorns in this forest for 40 years, and I've never encountered firewood touched by the valuable and precious hands of the Sultan. Therefore, it was my duty not to sell this thorn bush for anything less than 10,000 coins.
The Sultan was even more pleased to hear this and instructed to give 10,000 coins to the old man, emphasizing that the price of sweet language and kind words surpasses even this generous sum. The art of eloquence holds remarkable benefits in our lives. A well-spoken individual possesses the power to convey thoughts and ideas with clarity and precision, captivating the attention of others. The ability to articulate oneself effectively fosters understanding, promotes harmony, and facilitates meaningful connections. A skilled communicator can inspire, motivate, and uplift those around them. Moreover, eloquence enables us to navigate challenging situations with grace and diplomacy, resolving conflicts and building bridges of cooperation. Embracing the beauty of eloquence empowers us to leave a lasting impact, foster positive relationships, and create a world where ideas are shared and understood with elegance and finesse.